Hello, friends. Today, let's do an FAQs session, which is Ask Me Anything. I've been receiving some questions from people, and so today I'm going to answer 5 questions which are based on issues related to intimacy, which people have sent me, and I'm going to answer them. The first question is this: how can we rekindle intimacy in a long term relationship? That can be a challenging thing because you are far away from each other, but it can also be very rewarding. Sometimes circumstances are such that you are forced to stay far away from each other, but still, if you love each other, there are a lot of steps that you can take to keep the intimacy alive in your relationship. So, here are a few steps that you can follow. First is prioritize quality time. Spend some time with each other whenever you can without distractions. You could, get on a phone call, a video call, talk to each other, understand how your day went or however it is, and spend some, good time, some time which you can build memories, and that can be very useful. The second thing is talk openly about your feelings, your concerns, your desires. Use I statements to express yourself, without blaming your partner. Because in a long distance relationship, a lot of times conflicts come up and you might end up blaming each other. The third thing is always show appreciation. Regularly express your gratitude for the little things that your partner does for you. Small gestures of kindness and acknowledgement can really go a long way. Physical touch, increase the physical touch whenever it's possible, so that you can reignite it whenever there is a possibility to meet, to spend some time together, hold hands, hug each other, so that that physical touch can give you certain memories which will help you to build your emotional connection. And if at all you're finding it too difficult to manage the relationship, manage your intimacy because of the long distance, then try and seek help from a therapist or a coach like me so we can provide guidance and tools on how you can improve your intimacy. Question number 2: how do we address mismatched sexual desires in a relationship? This is very common in relationships. It can happen with a lot of couples, and it can also be managed easily with understanding and communication. Sorry. So, what you need to do is firstly have open, honest conversations about your sexual needs and desires without any judgment. Create a safe space where both the partners can share their feelings. Find a middle ground that satisfies both the partners. This might involve trying new activities, exploring something, or even finding non sexual ways to connect with each other physically and emotionally. The third thing is whenever it is possible, though it might seem unromantic, schedule intimacy. That will help you to work towards each other's needs, and it will also reduce the pressure and create some anticipation which you will look forward to. The fourth thing that you need to do is strengthen your emotional connection, which can lead to a more satisfying sexual partnership. Spend time working on your emotions and building that deep connection with your partner. And last is if you're not able to still resolve the issues, then go to a coach, go to a therapist, and they will be able to provide you with insights and strategies to deal with this mismatched sexual desires. There's another video which I have spoken much more in detail, and I will share the link in the comments. So in the caption, So you can maybe connect with it over there, because mismatched sexual desires is a very common issue, and it is something that a lot of couples struggle with. The third question is, how can we overcome the impact of past trauma on our intimacy? Now, that requires a lot of patience, understanding, and it will definitely require some level of professional support. You might have to seek help from a therapist or someone who specializes in trauma, so that they can provide you with the necessary tools and support for healing. This includes individual or even couples therapy. So go to that specialist and start from there. The second thing is, build trust gradually. Rebuild it patiently, respect your partner's boundaries, and provide reassurance and support. That can be helpful for them if they are going through something which is related to a trauma. Discuss the trauma and its impact on your relationship when both the partners are ready to talk about it. Sometimes one partner who has gone through the trauma is not willing, is not yet open, doesn't yet feel comfortable to talk about it. So give them the space, give them the time, and prepare them a little bit with your support. And when they are ready to talk, then have an open discussion on what is it that is bothering them and how maybe you can help them. Understanding each other's experiences can build empathy and connection. The next thing that you need to do is engage in self care activities to manage the stress, so that you're able to work on your well being. You can get into some meditation, some yoga, even that is useful to overcome trauma. Ensure that your home and your relationship are safe spaces where both the partners feel secure and respected. Because in the case of trauma, there's already a lot of fear, there's already a lot of baggage that one is carrying. And if the person doesn't feel safe in that space, then they are not going to open up, and that is also not going to heal. It is just going to get वर्स एंड वर्स. जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि नासूर बनता जाएगा, एंड सो यू नीड टू अवॉइड दैट. द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन: how can we improve our sexual communication to enhance our intimacy? Well, sexual communication is important. It is the key to any fulfilling intimate relationship. So here are some tips which you can follow. First thing is, clearly express your desires, boundaries, and concerns. Avoid any vague language and be direct about what you want and what you need. Your partner does not have a GPS, they cannot guess, they cannot understand. And it's a gradual process as well. As you get into the sexual experiences, that is when you keep sharing it with your partner, what you like, what you don't like. The second thing is, pay attention to your partner's words, their body language, what their emotions are saying. So show empathy and understanding by reflecting back on whatever you are hearing from them. So you might be having an experience, and then once that is done, you can sit down and talk about it and talk about the reactions, that you reacted like this when I was doing this. And so, how was that? Or did that feel nice? Or, whatever it is. So, share and listen. Use positive language. Encourage your partner by acknowledging what you enjoy and you appreciate. Positive feedback will give them the confidence and create a more open dialogue. So, even if there is something that maybe you did not like, try and put it in a nice, simple way so that it doesn't come across like a blame, and express it so that you are able to boost the confidence of your partner, so that you can talk about what was what went well, and you can also appreciate your partner. Explore. Be open to exploring new activities and fantasies together. This can involve discussing what excites both of you. It could be trying new things, but in a consensual and a respectful manner. So definitely keep that in mind. And the last thing is make it a regular habit to check in with your partner about your sexual relationship. Regular discussions can help to address any issues before they become bigger problems. So, this is how you can improve your sexual communication to enhance your intimacy. Remember that communication is definitely important, because if you don't talk, you don't express, you don't convey, the other person is not going to imagine anything, not going to understand anything, and end of the day you both will suffer. And the last question: how do we maintain intimacy while dealing with the stress of parenthood? Now, when you become parents, it brings new challenges to maintaining intimacy, but it is possible with some effort and some amount of creativity. There's a new baby in the house, and so you need to take care of a few little things to keep that intimacy going. First thing, prioritize couple time. So, when the baby goes to sleep or at some point, schedule some time which you can spend as a couple, even if it is very short. Because I understand that with a baby, it could be random, it could even be spontaneous. So, you can try a few minutes of quality time each day, and that can make a whole lot of difference. Second thing, talk openly about how parenthood is affecting your relationship and what you both need to feel connected. So, have this conversation, sit down and talk, because there are differences that are going to come up, there are changes and challenges, and so you need to sit down and communicate to each other how you both are feeling. Third, share the responsibilities. Divide the parenting duties, the household chores, whatever there is, so that it will reduce the stress on one partner, and also it will create opportunities for intimacy. You both could maybe do things together, or you could share some part of it, so that the relationship is nice and beautiful. Be creative with intimacy. Find some creative ways to connect physically and emotionally, even if it is not traditional sexual intimacy. Small gestures like cuddling, just holding hands, leaving any love notes can maintain the connection. Even when the baby is there in front of you, you can hold each other, you can support each other, you can give each other a hug, a kiss, and even those are small moments of intimacy which keep you going. And last, don't hesitate to ask for help from your family, from friends who are there for you, so that you get some time alone. You can hire a babysitter for a few hours, you can get some support, and that will do wonders for your relationship as it is evolving. So, by addressing these complex issues with empathy, communication, and professional guidance when needed, couples can overcome intimacy challenges and strengthen their connection. So I hope I was able to answer a few questions for you. You can send me more questions in the comments, or you can email to relationships.answers@gmail.com, and I can answer any question that you have related to intimacy, sex, relationships, sexuality, anything that you feel is required to find your happiness and to find yourself, and to make and to feel alive and intimate in your relationship. So I shall see you again tomorrow, maybe. Yes, I will. And let's connect tomorrow.